Sit it, da 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 da. Sit it, da 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 da. Chicka 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 da. Zoom da 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 doom da doom da doom doom da 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 doom da doom da doom doom da 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 doom da doom doom doom. It's Titan in the morning. Zibba dibba da da doom da doom da da doom da doom da. Sibba dibba da da doom da doom da da doom da doom doom doom. Doom, sibba dibba da doom da doom da da doom da doom doom da doom da doom doom, sibba dibba da boom 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 boom. Titan in the morning. Sibba dibba da doom da doom da. It's Titan in the morning. 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 Titan in the morning. Hi, my name is Titan Capri. I am a black gay man living with HIV and celebrating 20 years of thriving in my diagnosis. Titan in the Morning is an inclusive space for your morning wake up. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. We come in and we say good morning because we love all the O's and R's and INGs. Then we grab our cups, put the topic in the cups, and then we sip. You will get a space and a place where you can be who you are just the way God made you, along with some breath work breathing. And not to mention some movement with the Titans groove. Sit it, ta 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 ta. So come on in to this inclusive, brave, and safe space where we like to say good morning to our village, tribe, gang, and chosen family. The place to be is right here with me. I will see you there. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning to you. Hold on. Y'all, I know I'm just a little bit behind time, but I ask that y'all deal with me, bear with me, be there with me. Hallelujah. I am here, and I am here. Look, let me tell y'all something. You know, when stuff go wrong, when stuff don't do what it's supposed to do, ain't nothing wrong with you saying that that's what it is. So let me go ahead. I'm going to take these glasses off because this morning I want to see y'all. I want to see y'all this morning. So I want y'all to come in and say good morning to me. Can y'all say good morning to me? Hey, Reed, good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you so much, DeRicky. The Ricky Show. Thank you so much for the follow, and the gifts, and all of that. Good morning, Reed. Good morning. Hey, Lynn. Look, I ain't seen you in a long time, and there you go. Good morning. I love it. You know, I love all those O's and R's and INGs. Hey, DeRicky. Good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome in. Look, y'all go ahead and tell a friend, like, follow, share, do all the things that you do because I'm here this morning. I'm a little behind times, but I'm here. Hey, Angela, good morning. Hey, Angela, good morning. Hey, nothing but sugar. Good morning. I like this, girl. Yeah, I like this kind of carrying on. Hold on. Now, look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. So I had some coffee, right? And I took the coffee and I put it in the refrigerator. In the frigidaire, as the old folks used to say, in the frigidaire. Baby, let me tell y'all something. It is something about, I don't know if y'all are y'all leftover people? Okay, somebody tell me if you're leftover, because y'all, I'm trying to fix my what's the name? None but Sugar said, good morning, Sugar. You know I like when she called me Sugar. You know I like all of that. Hey, Lucy Lou, good morning. Y'all, look, I love all these O's and R's and INGs. I love it. So y'all know I like a good old cup of coffee, a good old cup of Joe. So this morning, y'all, I'm getting to it. I'm just kind of, so do this for me. Do this for me. What's in your cup and where you from while I tell y'all this story real quick? Hold on. Ha! Wait a minute. What's in your cup and where you from? So this morning, in my cup is a nice old cold cup of coffee. I got some nice old iced coffee this morning. Can y'all hear the ice? That's what I got this morning. So let me tell y'all something. I put it in the refrigerator, and I actually forgot that I put it in the refrigerator. So it's been in the refrigerator about a day or so. And so it got a nice old cool, crisp, got a little layer. Well, I put it in the freezer, right? Then I had to take it out because I forgot, you have your cups, you put it in the freezer, then you warm it up, it could crack. But anyways, look, I put that mug in, and this morning I took it out because I said I didn't have time to make me a cup of coffee, make me a pot of coffee. So I was like, I got this coffee right here. I'm finna test it out. Baby, I tasted this stuff. Let me tell you, this is how it went down. Hold on. This is how it went down to me. Let me get a little Arctic wind. It said, Baby, that's how it went down this morning. So any of you getting up this morning and you feel that your life ain't right, it ain't going good, or you just need a boost to make this day a wonderful day because it's already going to be a good day, y'all get y'all a nice old cup of whatever it is that gets you going. Because this right here, it's got me going. I was feeling a little behind times and down, but this morning, hold on. I got y'all this morning. Okay. Okay, Angela, tell me that's a mighty big cup. Angela, see, let me read to you what the cup says. Now, this is not in my shop, y'all. This is a cup that my mother gave me, right? For my birthday. For me being. She said the best speaker gets the biggest mug. And then look at me on the back. Titan Capri. Baby. Titan Capri. Look. So, Angela, the mug is going to be big because, Angela, I'm not small like that. I'm a big boy. I got a lot of experience going on over here. So, But Angela, you need you a big cup. Get you a big cup, baby. Get you a big cup. Okay, that part. All right, y'all. So what's in your cup and where you from this morning? We're going to start off with that. Y'all let me know what's going on with that. TikTok, y'all tippity tap that screen. Let me know that y'all are in. Show me some love. I got to go with some gifts over there. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X. All of y'all, show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love. Let me go over and make sure that I got y'all this morning. Okay. Okay, I see I got y'all. I see I got y'all this morning. All right. Good morning. Okay. What would you say, Angela? I mean, Ree said that's a double entendre. Okay, look. That's a double entendre. Y'all ever seen Jackie's Back? Okay. She said everybody needs an entendre. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Marcy. Good morning. Good morning. Now, am I saying it right? Am I saying Marcy or Marcia? Because some people say, look, I seen somebody that Marcia, and they were like, it's Marcia. And I was like, oh, okay, then. I got you. I just want to ask for, consent on how to say your name. Hey, Nova. Good morning. Good morning to you, Nova. Okay, yes. All right. So here's the thing. All right, y'all. So I started out a little slow this morning, getting up, getting good, getting ready, and all this good stuff. Okay, Marcy, I got you. And so this morning I want to talk about I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. Along this journey, I've had times where I could not announce, I could not represent who I am fully. And so a lot of times what happens is because I look a certain way, people always say all the time that, wait, you're HIV positive or you're living with HIV or whatever they say whenever they encounter me, right? And so here's the thing. I'm very vocal about being someone living with HIV. I'm very vocal about being who I am, and I know how I show up. However, in this current climate, and things that are happening, people are always asking the question, right? Like, how are you proud of that? How are you this and that? And I said, so here's the thing. I'm still human. Now, I'm not going to negate anything because I'm going to get into this, pretty quickly. I'm not going to negate anything. But here's the thing. If you didn't know that I was living with HIV, if you didn't know that I was diagnosed with AIDS and only had 4 T cells, if you didn't know my story, then what would it be, right? Because I'm not saying that I'm hiding this. This is not me hiding. This is me making a informed decision to be who I am and announce these things like that. And so when I'm in spaces and places, I'm cautious about who's around me and what I'm doing because I am human, right? And more so, I'm cautious about the human aspect than I am the HIV aspect because we know how you are able to transmit HIV. Me just seeing you, talking to you, being around you, you have nothing to do with HIV in that aspect, right? So when I say that I'm the H in HIV, I'm human, I want to have a human experience. So that's why I started the Titan Capri experience, because I was seeing in my community that we were not having a human experience, my HIV community. We were not having a human experience. But I'm not just going to keep it at the HIV community. I'm going to talk about my full community, right? My LGBTQIA community, my Black, my people of color community, right? My male community. Like, I have a number of intersections, my veteran community. Like, all of these things play a part. And y'all, when I say that I represent, right, I may not represent you in the way that you feel that you should be represented because you're not a Black gay man living with HIV and celebrating 20 years. You're not a Black gay man living with HIV and a veteran of the Army, right? You're not a Black gay man living with HIV and a veteran, and you have a daughter, right? Biological daughter and chosen family children as well, right? So you may not be the same as me, but on this level, when I say that I'm the H in HIV, that I'm human, y'all, we got to stop making statements and stop making people feel as if they can't be human, right? So the same way that you cry, I cry. Well, maybe I ugly cry worse than you or something like that, but the same way you have feelings. And so my thing, all of this time that I've been doing this work, which I said to someone the other day that I've only been doing this work for 6 years, but it feels like 10, 12, 20 years that I've been doing the work because I didn't have a name for it then. I couldn't claim what it was then, but I've been doing this work since I can remember, right? Hey, Justin Jones, good morning. I ain't seen you in a while, Justin. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Good morning. And so what I know is that I made a choice to put my status and my life on the forefront. Hey, thank you so much. I made a choice to do that, right? So I know the consequences of my choices. I know what happens when you do things like this. But y'all, but I want to employ you to understand that although I put it on my social media, although I put it out there like that, I'm still human. So there are going to be times. So just recently, I had a conversation with someone and they tried me, right? And so I do this work for the community. I do this work to make sure that nobody else have to go through what I've been through. I do this work because I believe that it's my purpose, right? I believe my purpose is to be me, right? And in that being me, I can come in and represent and be who I am and do the things that I do, right? Y'all follow me. Y'all follow me, okay? So I was working with someone. I'm sorry. Hey, Morris, good morning. Morris said, good morning. I love you. Thank you. Love you too, Morris. Thank you so much for that. No, and so let me be clear, right? And y'all, I do this because it's real time, right? I do this because it's real time. And so I know that we are blocking people and taking the messages out, but I'm going to address these messages because I know that in my community, we deal with this all the time, right? And so real time is real time. Y'all with me this morning? Okay, stay with me. Lavella says, that's right. The work is bigger than any opposition you might meet. And you know what, Lavella, I love that because people say, you know, this and that, but there's a but, and I hate giving a but, right? Because it kind of negates everything before the but not really. What I'm saying is the work is bigger than any opposition you might meet. But that doesn't mean, and this is for my people out there, not for Lavella, because Lavella, I love the comment, right? This is for my people out there that are meeting that opposition and you're tired. I'm tired of the way they treat me. Tired of the guilty feelings. Y'all go listen to Kelly Price's I'm tired. When she sings that, she means that. Y'all, I had to be real with myself about this. So I had this client. So y'all, I no longer work for an organization where I actually see clients, but I'm still a linkage to care specialist and a peer navigator for my community, right? So people will call me and tell me, oh, this individual was just diagnosed, or this individual got a reactive, or this individual is trying to return to care, or this individual needs STI testing, or this individual needs PrEP or PEP or whatever it may be. And y'all, I am still someone that will connect you to the right people. And it doesn't have to be in Texas. I just had somebody ask me about PrEP. I just had somebody ask me about treatment of an STI, but they were not here in Texas, right? So I'm open to my community to do that. So this individual in particular basically came to me and asked whether or not they should be in treatment. And so I asked them, I said, well, how are you? Right? And so they said, well, I'm asking about treatment. You to tell me about treatment. And I said, well, hold on, because my spiel is, and if anybody knows me, right, I am the, I'm going to say it how I used to always say it all the time. Hi, my name is Titan Capri. I am I like to think that I am the mental, emotional, and spiritual support that you need when you are diagnosed, right, or returning to care, right? And then also I am someone you can call on so we can navigate these resources and spaces and places, right? So you call on me if you need me, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual support is number one, right? I got to know that you're okay. I got to know that you're good, right? And so when I say I'm the H in HIV, I got to know that you are having a human experience. Y'all, because my diagnosis was trash. My diagnosis was something that I wish that there was somebody there to say, hey, you good? You ain't even got to say what. You just got to say, hey, you good? And that's where I was. Y'all, there was somebody sitting across from me telling me that, and y'all know I'm 8 years military. I'm a veteran. I ain't tripping. But they basically were saying to me, Titan, suck it up and drive on. You'll be okay. But mentally, I wasn't good. Emotionally, I was all over the place. And spiritually, I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. But somebody that was supposed to help me and guide me and get me to understand what was going on, they basically said, stop all that crying. We're in 2005. Now, this is 2005, 20 years ago. We're in 2005. Then I saw that in 2005, it was still happening. 2008, it was still happening. I saw the 2010s, it was still happening. I saw the 2015s, it was still happening. Baby, let me tell you something. I saw just last year. Now, I'm not even going to go there. Just January, somebody contacted me and asked me, could I talk to someone who was just diagnosed? Just came in and got a reactive, and they were all over the place. And the people were telling them, it's going to be okay. We got medication. Just take your medication and your treatment will be fine. Y'all, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, this person was all over the place. They didn't know where to go, what to do. In 2025, 20 years later, I'm celebrating, thriving in my diagnosis, and someone has just been diagnosed and their life is done. And y'all, we can say all day long, well, you got medical this, and you got injectables, and you got this, y'all. That is only part of the treatment. That is only part of the life that you're going to live. That's only part of it. Y'all, my life changed. My life changed from the moment that doctor said, you have AIDS, and walked out of that room. My life was forever changed. And it took me a while to get to this point, to be able to sit on this live and tell you all that I'm the H in HIV, I'm human. But what I saw in my community was that people were getting these diagnoses, people were getting these reactives, and then people were sitting in the same crap that they were sitting in when they got the diagnosis. And I kept saying, y'all, we can't do that, right? We got to take them out of this situation, right? We got to put them in a place of tranquility where they can have a woosah moment and be cool. I'm going back to the person. Hold on a second. I know y'all checking me about me telling my story and doing it. I'm coming back around. I'm coming back around. Look, y'all checking me over here. Okay. So this is what I'm saying this morning. So mine was trash. So what I said to my God, and during my prayer and meditation, not on my watch if I can help it. Not anymore. Let me stand up in who you put me on this earth to be. Let me stand up and be who you made me to be. Let me stand up and be me. That's my purpose. I'm not going to mince it. I'm not going to tell you this or that. That's my purpose. Y'all, I have a t-shirt that says I'm the H in HIV, I'm human. I wore that t-shirt. I did a campaign with the t-shirt on, and somebody said to me, why would you do that? Why would you call attention to yourself like that? And I said, this is who I am. Y'all can't tell me that my experience, y'all can't tell me that my story, my journey does not matter. Y'all can't tell me that. I'm human just like you. Y'all with me this morning? And I'm saying this morning because of the person that I had the conversation with, and another individual that I want to talk to this morning, because I want you to understand that there's space for you to not know what's coming next. There's space for you to understand that you might not have all the answers. There is space for you in that, right? Also, I want you to know that I'm here, right? That I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. I'm not here to bully and push and do all that. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for, and what I believe God put me on this earth to do, is to be Titan, right? Is to show up in my authentic self. But also I understand the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect of being diagnosed, right? Of having a reactive, because we all don't have the answers. We do not all have the answers. So when I say that I'm the H in HIV, I'm human, I'm a representation of what this is, what it looks like. Y'all, before I was really not wanting to tell anybody that I was HIV positive or living with HIV, right? I didn't want to tell anybody that I was diagnosed with AIDS and I only had 4 T cells, because society told me that I was done and I was over. And I know I've mentioned this before, right? But I'm talking to this person and I'm saying, are you okay? Right? Well, I need you to do this. It needs to be, private and this and that and stuff like that. And I said, well, hold on, right? I said, there's a lot going on right here, right? But first off, I want to make sure that you are good, right? Well, he did this and he did that and he did this and he did that. So again, I come back to him and I said, hey, are you okay? And then they go off on this tangent because they're like, well, Titan, you're not hearing me. You're not this. And I said, well, hold on. I said, okay. So obviously we're in a space right now that I need to let you just be. Well, what does that mean? Because you're not hearing anything that I'm saying right now, right? You are so worried about this other person and you're not even taking in consideration yourself. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body language that you are hurting, right? That you are trying to make sense out of what somebody just told you. And The only thing you can worry about is him? Okay. Okay. So what do we do now? Well, Titan, you don't even understand what I'm saying. And I said, well, let me tell you something. Somebody took it upon themselves to transmit HIV to me. And I'm going to put it that way because this is what was said. I know who it was. I was only with someone. I'm not someone that does it like that. I'm not someone that gets out there because they say that the reason we're living with HIV is because we're promiscuous, right? That wasn't me. This person took it upon themselves, right, to do that. It's what happened to me. And I don't care how many times somebody tell you that it's your fault, this is what it happened. It's not your fault. It is not your fault. This person, and I know this to be true because this person said this to me, right? When they said, well, you wouldn't do it, so I took it. And y'all, I'm not going to lie, that person was going through things mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They were not sound in who they were. They couldn't be who they were. So they did the only thing they knew how to do, what had been done to them. I'm not sliding past him. I'm not saying he's not responsible because he's responsible. He knew where he was. He knew what his diagnosis was. He knew that he was someone living with HIV. Come to find out, he was already at an age, at an AIDS diagnosis or a latter stage of HIV, right? Because we don't really use AIDS like that. But in this context of me being diagnosed with AIDS, I'm going to use the word AIDS because that's what stung. That's what hit me during my journey when they told me that I had AIDS and they walked out of the door. When they told me I only had 4 T cells and then I'm in a hospital bed fighting for my life, to come back and be here to be able to even talk to you all. I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. Y'all, I didn't know nothing from a can of paint. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to him the same way. And I'm saying I'm not sitting here to mince words with you, right? Because this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. You're grown. I can't control you. But what I'm here for is you. How are you? Because you're sitting up here giving all the goods and things and all the things for this over here. And he's not worried about you at all. So y'all, this is why I take off my advocacy hat. Well, I really don't take it off because I keep it on. But this is where I'm real with you. Y'all, I blamed myself for everything that happened because it wasn't supposed to happen. I was more worried about him than he was about me. I was more worried about whether or not I had done something detrimental to his life. And he was the one that had done it to me. So my emotions, my feelings, my spiritual being was misplaced because I was sending all the goods, zhush, and everything over to him. I wasn't thinking about myself, y'all, because they had already told me that this was my punishment. They had already told me that this is how it was going to go down. And here I am laying in this hospital bed and it's going down. So I'm trying to tell this individual, I'm not trying to chastise you or tell you that you should be, shouldn't be, but where are you in all of this? That's my question. I ain't worried about Tom, Ray, Boo Boo, Tay Tay, all of. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about you. You're the one that just had a reactive. You're the one that just had to get your blood drawn and do all of the things. You're the one that's going into the system and now you are having to take medication and do all of this. And hopefully when your numbers come back, when the blood results come back, hopefully you're in such a space to where you don't have to worry about anything outside of that, right? But now we need to know if you're okay. We need to know if you're all right, but that's just not with numbers. Mentally, are you good? Emotionally, are you good? Spiritually, where are you sitting right now? So y'all, I'm telling y'all this, I'm saying it like this because a lot of times people say, oh, well, Titan, you kind of like in their face and this and that. And I tell everybody, my advocacy is different. Y'all, I was at the brink of death. I was at the brink of death. Looking as if I was on my way out the door, feeling like that. Bones popping, head aching, like I couldn't eat, mouth was dry, I was ashy looking, I was dark as all get. It was a lot. And then for somebody to tell me to basically suck it up and drive home. So what I said to my God, not on my watch. I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. So what I'm going to do is have a human approach. What I'm going to do is have a real approach. We're going to have a real conversation. That's what we're going to do. So if you don't want the real conversation, you came over to Titan for what? For me to sugarcoat it and woo, woo, woo. Now I'm going to woo, woo, woo you. Yes, I'm going to do that. Right? We're going to breathe. We're going to do all the things. But one thing that we are going to do definitely is we're going to focus on you. I'm not saying that you don't need to worry about him, they, it, she, we. I'm not saying you don't need to worry about them. But right now, in this moment, where are you? Because I was worried about everybody else. I was worried about the church. I was worried about my family. I was worried about my friends. I was worried about my job. I was worried about him. I was worried about what people were going to think and say. But I wasn't worried about Titan. I didn't give Titan a second thought. And Titan is the main character. I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. When people tell me, why, Titan? When they say to me, why, Titan? Why are you always announcing who you are? Because that's who I am. I've had people say, well, can you not mention HIV all the time? And I'm like, this is who I am. This is who I am. This is it, y'all. I can't take it away. Just like I can't take away my skin color. I am black. I can't take away my gayness. That's who I am. I can't take away those things. Now, along the way, I have got some statuses. I have got some titles and some labels. Yeah. You with me this morning? I'm the H in HIV. So I go back to this individual and I say, look, I'm here to help you. I'm here to do that. Yeah, we went through all of the navigation. We went through everything. And I make sure that they got what they needed, the resources and all of that, right? But they were saying to me that, you know, well, you kind of like blaming the victim and this and that. And I said, me asking for you to take care of you is blaming the victim? That's what that is? But it's not here. I'm not here to fight you on that, right? I'm here for my community, and you are part of my community. So we're going to do the doggone thing. That's what we're going to do. Good morning to you. Hey, good morning, Queen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Morning. Hey, you said morning to me. Morning. Hey, Cassandra. Good morning. Cassandra said, good morning. I have been looking for you. Hope all is well. I am good, Cassandra. I'm glad you've been looking, baby. It's good to be looked for, okay? Hey, Martha. Good morning. Amen and amen. Martha said, amen and amen. Lavella said, put me up on game. What's the difference between a positive result and a reactive result? And Lavella, it's really no different. It's just that sometimes positive, right, you know, says negative in a sense. And so I just say reactive because when you're doing a rapid, right, it's a reactive that you will have, right? But when you're doing a blood draw, that's when you know your true number. So what it does is your rapid looks for the antibodies, looks for HIV in your system. Let's just say it that way. Let's break it down. Once it's detected through your blood, it will give a reactive, right? Y'all know how you do a rapid, I don't know, COVID test, right? And you look for the reactive in that, right? That's the difference between the two, right? Because a positive result is you knowing for sure, like that you have HIV, right? Or that you are someone who has went in and been tested, and then you had your blood drawn, and so now you know. It's just a little work on words, right? And I always say reactive because on the sheet that they give you when you're doing a rapid, it'll say reactive, right? And so that's the reason for that. Thank you for the comment, though. That's right. Lavelle said right, because there's medicine, but I think you still need to be afraid of that medicine too. And Lavella, you're correct. Again, there's medicine, and that's not the only part of your treatment. Y'all, there's a such thing as medication fatigue. There's a thing that you are tired of taking medication. So I just went to the doctor just recently, and I'm gonna be candid. I'm gonna get back to my story. Hey, Martha. Martha said, good morning. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Tamara. Look, I want to call you Tamara. I was watching Tia and Tamara just earlier. Good morning. Say good morning, friend. Good morning to you. Hey, Dee Dee Lewis. Good morning. Hey, Denim and Diamonds. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me go down. Let me see what was said down here. Queen, yes, indeed. He, she, they, we. Good morning. Say good morning, love. Good morning to you. Queen said, how you doing, love? I'm good, Queen. I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I got a new attitude. I'm feeling good and my worries are free. No, let me stop. Anyways, look, y'all, good morning. Thank y'all so much. I'm doing good this morning. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for coming in. Nothing but Sugar said, I love you, Sugar. I love you too, Sugar. I love you, Sugar. Yes. Hey, Kev the King. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hey, Drew. Drew said, hey, Titan. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm going to get back to the story, y'all. But this morning we're talking about I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. Yeah, I don't want to be that person that's in your face and trying to run you away, but I can't help but be real with you about this. Is it gonna hurt? Yes. Is it ugly? Yes. Sometimes you're not gonna understand these things, and I think that's what we're missing. We're missing the human aspect of this, right? I'm human, so I know there's gonna be good, there's gonna be bad, there's gonna be some hills to climb. There are going to be some roads that I have to travel that are not going to be pretty. So, y'all, I'm not going to waste my time and your time telling you, oh, it's the roses. Oh, it's the beautiful colors. Yes, it's all of that. But also, let's be real. That ain't worried about you. You're over here. If he was worried about you, you would not be in this position right now. You would not be reacting to a reactive or to a positive status. You would not be doing that if he cared about you. If he cared about you and what you were doing, he would be right here with you. Because you're saying that he is the culprit. He's the villain. He's the one that did this to you. He's the one that said, and y'all don't know who I'm talking about, but I'm not putting their business out. But this is normally what happens. He's the one that said, I don't want to use protection. He's the one that said that I'm good. Don't I look good? These are the things that people say. He's the one that says, I'm clean. As if you are dirty. Or as if people living with HIV are dirty. But that's society. That's what goes on. So no, I'm not going to sit up here and mince words. Y'all, I didn't get to this position in my community. I didn't get to this place in my life. I didn't get down on my purpose right now where I'm at by sugarcoating what's actually happening, right? But I do understand what that is because I did the same thing. I fought tooth and nail to make sure that he wasn't the villain, he wasn't the culprit, even though I knew he was the villain and the culprit. Even though I knew it. And had the audacity to say, oh, well, you must have been sleeping with somebody else. for the last year and a half, it's been you. And here's the thing. It's been you when I didn't know you were sleeping with me. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all gonna get that in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. Y'all, it's a thing. It is a mental, emotional, spiritual thing when somebody takes your life into their hands and have no regard for your safety. It is a mental, emotional, spiritual thing when you have done everything to protect this person and they have done nothing to protect you. And then the excuse is, well, you wasn't going to give it to me, so I took it. So no, I'm going to talk with you. I'm going to make sure I'm there for you. I'm going to be that representation for you. So you can say what you want to say, feel how you want to feel, but I'm not representing him. I'm not representing the one that got you in this predicament. That's not my job. My job is to make sure that you're okay. My job, what God put me on this earth to do, is be Titan. And in that, me being who I am, I bring my story, my journey, I bring that to the table. And so my job is for me to be the H in HIV. I'm human. That's my job. So I told him that. He didn't like it. He was upset with it. I told him, I said, I understand. What time, you mad with me? No. I will call you and check up and follow up. I will make sure that I call the facility that you're going to or the organization and make sure everything is set up. And he said to me, he said, Titan, oh, they've already called me. They've already got my appointment set. They already have everything that I need, and they've already told me what needs to happen. And I said, so if you would like for me to be there with you, right, I will be there. I already know when your appointment is, what time, where the location and all. So if you would like me to be there, to be your support, I will be there. And he said, even after what we just had, I said, what did we have? What did we have? I mean, we just fell out. No, sir. No, ma'am, no green eggs and ham. We didn't fall out. You fell out. See, I get this. I understand it, right? I understand it. And I want to talk to y'all advocates that are out there that are doing this. Hey, Raymond, good morning. Good morning to you. Hey, Kenny D Music, good morning. Good morning to you. Y'all come on in and say hi to me. Come on in. If y'all come in, sit, I may not be, everybody's cup of tea, but say hi. Say good morning to me. Say good morning. So, hey, Erica, good morning. Thank you for the follow. So he was like, oh, us falling out. Hey, Capricorn, good morning. Hey, Erica. Look, she said at the Titan Capri Experience, good morning. Hey, Harlan, good morning. So he said that we fell out. Hey, the King HNIC, good morning. Y'all know, look, I love saying good morning. So excuse me on that. Hey, King HNIC. Okay, so King HNIC, I know that we are on this live this morning, and I'm gonna get back to my story. But yeah, I need a pork chop. Do with that as you will. I need a pork chop, okay? Hey, Chatty Osborne, good morning. Good morning to you. Lynn says, in my cup. Come on, in my cup. Okay. So he says, us just falling out, right? us just falling out. And I said, we didn't fall out. You know what I mean? You had a difference of opinion with me about what you were about to go through, and that's expected. But I'm not here for him. So on that note, we ain't ever. Okay. D the medic said, hey, Titan, I was listening, just preoccupied with CCA stuff. Indeed. Okay. But good morning. You know I love all those O's and R's and I-N-G's. Hey, Dee, that's my co-chair. Hey, co-chair. Jesse said, good morning. Hey, Jesse, good morning to you. Good morning. Chatty Osborne said, my favorite pork chops. Yes, that part right there. Let me tell you. Lynn said, excitement, anxiety, just morning back in Houston from Dallas. Indeed. Welcome back to Houston. I'm glad that you were in. Come on in, kick off your shoes and sit for a minute. Not the pork chop call out. Yes, Angela. Yes, Angela. And believe me, the King HNIC know what we're talking about, baby. Let me tell you, you know I love a good pork chop. I can't eat it all the time. But every now and then, the King HNIC, we roll up to our spot and grab us a pork chop. Oh, wait a minute, that rhyme. Roll up to our spot and grab us a pork chop. Roll up to our spot and grab us a pork chop. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because it's almost time for me to go to commercial. Hold on. So I'm talking to the individual and I'm telling them that this is where we're at, right? This is what we're doing. And y'all, I'm not saying that I have to be just in your face and telling you this and that, but I don't ever want you to believe that it's okay for somebody to do something to you and you worried about them and they're not worried about you. I need you to put yourself first in this moment because you're the one that had a positive or a reactive. You're the one that's now your life has changed completely. So people say, oh, well, Titan, I mean, that's a little rough. You ain't have to be like that. You ain't have to do like that. Speak for yourself because I believe that your life is precious. I believe that you deserve to live just like everybody else. So I'm not going to sugarcoat what it's going to be because it's not going to be all roses. It's not going to smell good all the time. And it's not going to be pretty all the time. But you cannot be there for yourself if all you are worried about is that person over there. Yes, know where it comes from. Yes, know what happened. But I want you to dig yourself up out of that ditch. And I want you to understand that you are somebody and you deserve life. But you got to be the driver. You got to be the steward. You have to be the captain of this. Not him, not them, they. No, not you. So yes, you can get, a little crunk. Don't get beside yourself now. I'm still human. Although I'm doing this advocacy work, you don't get to walk up into my space, into my life, and then run amok and act a fool. No. I give you the space to speak your ish. But other than that, because in reality, I'm doing this work. If you don't want it, you don't want it. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. But what you will not do is mess it up for everybody else. You will not do that. Now, I want you to take your life into consideration. I want you to be number one. I want you to do all of the things. But what you don't get to do, right, is act a fool in my house of China. In my house with my good. And then walk out like you didn't do nothing, too. That ain't what we're doing. Oh, no, that ain't what we're doing. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that. I am here for my community. And y'all, I'm going to be real with you. And we're going to go to commercial real quick. I'm going to be real with you. Sometimes people in the community, I'm not saying my full community, but sometimes people in the community are still dealing with stigma and trauma surrounding who they are and what they've been through and what has happened to them, that they will take you on a journey of stigma and trauma and not take responsibility for opening up that door. Then when I tell them, stop, now I'm the villain. When I tell them, you're not going to do that in my house, now I'm the villain. You came to me, right? Somebody said that they saw what Titan has done in the community, and Titan would be your best bet. Now, I don't know if those were the words that were used, but that's what I'm feeling, because they contacted me and said, I have somebody that needs your help, that needs your service. I have somebody. They don't know where to go and what to do, but I know that I've seen you in community and you're going to get them right. And I said, show. I said, right now, I'm out of town. I'm doing something, but give me till tomorrow morning, right? And then I said to the person, I said, you can give them my contact info only if they want it. And I need you to let them know what I bring to the table. Y'all, this is not, so remember, I was doing this work before and wasn't getting paid for it. So this is me. And I am someone of lived experience. I am someone who had a diagnosis that was trash. And I'm just going to speak it that way. I am someone who had someone they thought that they loved do something detrimental to their life. And you want me to mince words? You want me to act like it didn't happen? You want me to sit in the back seat and let you drive? No, this is my car. This is my life. So I must take control of it. And if that's a little harsh for you, then baby, go ahead and do what you need to do. Be at this appointment at this time. Do what you need to do. I will follow up. And if you don't want to talk to me anymore, you don't have to. Right? But I made a promise to my God, not on my watch. So I'm going to do what's within my means to do for you, even though you don't want it. Because what it comes with, it comes attached to me. You don't want it because I'm saying, stop worrying about that over there and worry about yourself. Now, that was a while ago, y'all. I had a conversation with this person just 2 weeks ago. And the reason my topic this morning is I'm the H in HIV, I'm human, is because I had this conversation with him, which brought back those memories. But somebody sent someone to me for resources and services. Now, y'all, I am the go-between these organizations. Sometimes people will talk to me when they want to talk to their own family, when they want to talk to their own parents, when they want to talk to their own loved ones. Some people are laying next to someone that they love and adore, but they will not talk to them about what's going on with them, but they'll talk to me, right? And I'm okay with that. I understand how that goes. But number one, in anything that I do, it is about you. Where are you going? How are you feeling? Right? Now you can lay it out on me, right? You can tell me the whole gauntlet. We can sit here and we can sip. And you can tell me the story 15 times. What are you doing for you? What are you doing for you? I didn't say I wasn't going to listen to the story. I didn't say I wasn't going to believe you. I didn't say that this is not a safe and brave space for you to let go and to vent. I didn't say that. What I said was, what about you? What about me? You saying that. What about me? Where did I lose myself in this process? Y'all hold that right there. I'm about to go to a commercial real quick, but y'all hold that. Where did I lose myself in this process? That's the question. Because if I'm the H in HIV, I'm human. When did I lose the human aspect of my life? I become numb to everything that's going on around me. Y'all with me? Okay. All right, so let's go to commercial. I'll be right back.
Please join host Titan Capri for Titan in the Morning on Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station. My name is Titan Capri, and I would love to introduce you to the Titan Capri Experience merch. Have you been over to my shop to see all the wonderful items that I have for you? Let me tell you, I have the Titan in the Morning mugs, socks, tote bags, candles, and t-shirts. I even have a Titan Capri Experience insulated 40-ounce travel mug. Yes, I did say 40 ounces. So hop on over and check out all the goodies that I have for you. Also, if clicking the link is not for you, you can scan the QR code and it will take you to my TikTok shop where you can do all the shopping that you would love to do. Go on over and check me out. For the link, the QR code, but either way, it will take you to the destination, which is my Titan Capri Experience shop. See you there.
We're back. We are back. Look, y'all, I just want to say to y'all, good morning. Hey, Autism. Autism said, good morning. Y'all know I love all those O's and R's and ING. Hey, wait, is that who I think it is? Hey, BS Alive. Yes, indeed. Look, I said it to BLS Alive. Look. Look, good morning. Hey, Katina. Katina said, good morning, friend. How are you doing? I am blessed and feeling good, Katina. I miss you as well. Yes, Brent. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? I think I know who that is. Come on, picture. Come on, avatar. Indeed. Hey, Brent. Good morning. Drew said, I love the commercial. So professional. Look, Drew, I be trying to do a little something. You know, I done came a long way. I still got a good ways to go, but y'all stay with me. So this morning I'm talking about, I'm the H in HIV, I'm human. But here's the thing I asked before I went to commercial, right? Where are you in this equation? Y'all, we are going to have diagnosis. We are going to have reactives. We are going to have positive statuses. We're going to have all of the things, right? However, where are you in this? Because if you can sit here and go hard in the paint for somebody who's done something to you, who made you believe that you are the culprit, you are the villain because you did that. And a lot of times we are so stuck in our mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect of this to where we have been beaten down so much that we don't know which way to go. And y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. Come here. Because we all like a good spoon. We all like a good love. We all like a good kiss. We all like a good caress. We all like to know that we are loved. And I'm not saying that you can't take responsibility of where you are right now in this moment. You can't say what part you played in this. But if somebody did something knowingly did something to you, that's not your fault. If somebody knowingly put something on you that was not yours, put trauma in your life that was not yours, that's not your fault. Y'all, this person, I'm going to use some I statements. This person put this on me because they took it upon themselves to say that Titan would not give it, so I was going to take it. That's not my fault. But y'all, it was my fault because my community, my culture, my society said that HIV was the negative thing. It was nasty. It was punishment for us being who we are and doing what we do and all of that, right? The church, my family, the friends, all of that stuff, right? They told me all of those things, tainted, nasty, abomination. Why wouldn't I blame myself? So for the first almost 14 years of my diagnosis, I didn't tell nobody nothing. When they started talking about HIV or AIDS or people that were dying, I showed up to the funerals. I showed up to the memorials. I stood in the back. I gave my respects, but I wouldn't dare step up in the front because I wasn't there, because I was still blaming myself. How could this happen? Titan, how could you let this happen to you? Look, I'm telling you, if you came to this platform thinking that we were going to mince words and not speak the truth, then you're at the wrong platform. That's not how it goes. So I know that in my culture, I know that in my society, even in my own community, even in my HIV community, people were gauging Did you know that there were levels? Did you know that people say that those out there that do, sex work, there are levels? Oh, I'm not like them. No, baby, we all are living with HIV. HIV don't discriminate. There are people with different social economic statuses. There are people with different demographics. HIV don't discriminate. You don't get to be up on the high HIV tier and I'm on the lower HIV tier because we contracted the virus differently. Now, people were saying to me, well, Titan, that's not how I got it. This is like this and this is like that. Okay, well, I'm not asking you how you got it. Okay, y'all. So here's the thing. Y'all might hear this, right? And this may not be the language that you think is trauma informed and things like that, but I'm speaking in real time. This is what people were saying. And up until 2025, people are still saying things like this. So people always say, oh, well, I got it like this. Like that makes you any better than me. No. Aren't we dealing with the same thing? Now, we might be at different stages, right? Meaning that you have a reactive and you're not at a latter stage of HIV, right? Which would be a stage of AIDS, right? So we may be like that, but the reason you're HIV, or the reason I'm HIV, or the reason you're positive, or I'm positive, or the reason that you are living with HIV, and people always want to mince words and tell me, well, Titan, you can't say that. You can't say, how the heck I can't say that? And that's how I was diagnosed with AIDS, period. You can't take that from me because that shaped my life going forward. So you're asking me to take that out of my journey and out of my storytelling. And that's a key piece of my storytelling. But the key piece is this. Where are you? Where are you? No, I'm asking, where are you really? Because even if you're not someone living with HIV, you are an ally to someone, you know someone, you've been around someone, and you need to educate yourself on where you are in this. And so this person, going back to this person, they said, oh, we just went at it and this and that. And we didn't go at it. I asked you a question. Yes, and it might have sounded like I said AXE. I asked you a question. And the question is, where are you? I don't know that man from a can of paint, but I know you sitting across from me right now. I know that you need love, and I know that you need honesty, and I know that you need to understand what happens next. So where are you? I'm not doing this for him. No. He's not in my office crying his eyes out. He's not meeting me, right? So that we can talk about this, so that I can make sure that you understand that there are people out there like myself that are willing to make sure that you are good. I'm not dealing with him. I'm dealing with you. So when I say that I'm the H in HIV, I'm human, y'all, that goes a long way. Because there was a time that I couldn't even tell you that I was living with HIV. There was a time that I couldn't even tell you back in the day that I was HIV positive. Because somebody asked about a positive diagnosis. What's the difference between a positive and a reactive? Back in the day, we didn't have rapids. No. And then even when rapids did come out, they really wasn't rapid because it still took about 2 or 3 days. Then it became 20 minutes. Now you literally, you know what I'm saying? You get that little boop, and you know whether or not you're good to go. All within 30 minutes, if not longer. Right? I'm talking about the full process and things like that. A lot of times we don't understand that. The testing, short. But the diagnosis, life-changing forever. Period. So I had a conversation with someone just recently, and I went back to this individual. But this individual here was sent by a friend of a friend. And I started talking to them. And they said, you don't have to handle me with kid gloves. And I said, I'm not handling you with kid gloves, but I give everybody the same treatment. Respect, love, and honesty. That's not me handling you with kid gloves. That's me telling you that I've been doing this for some time, and I know that it's mental, it's emotional, and it's spiritual. I know this. And we may sit up here and say all day long, I'm good. Oh, beat on my chest. You can't faze me. But when you get home and them 4 walls close in, oh, it's a whole different story. You're asking yourself, why me, Lord? Why me? What did I do? I did everything correct. I did this. He loved me. Especially different every time. But yet here I am. And yet my life has changed forever. And y'all, I know that my life hasn't changed for the worse, for the bad. But in that moment of being diagnosed, in that moment of somebody giving you a reactive, in that moment of somebody telling you that your life has changed forever, you think your life is over. And to be honest with you, your life is over as you know it. Because now you have to start a new life. And sometimes, y'all, that is very traumatic for someone. Mentally, I can't wrap my head around it. Emotionally, I cried like a baby. Not when nobody could see me, but when them 4 walls closed in, I got home and I closed that door, baby, I boo-hoo like crazy because I thought not only, and so here's how it goes. I thought I had done something to him. So I'm crying for him because now I done done the unthinkable. I done gave somebody something. And y'all know we don't mince words. This is how the thought process was. I done gave somebody something. You know, in the community, they said you give, you know, he got the gift that keeps on giving. Those were the things that they were saying. Now, y'all, this was 2005. So we ain't talking about the end, but this is real life. I'm crying for him because now I done messed up something. I done done something. Now I'm thinking, it's been a year and a half. I didn't do anything. What did I do? He's the only one. I only, was intimate 2 times, 3 times. I went to the doctor. I got tested. They didn't see anything. And then they said, so Titan, give me some paper. Titan, please sign here for an AIDS test. Why would I don't need. Here we go. I sign and it comes back inconclusive. Something is going on with my blood. So they think it's iron because they couldn't find anything. Well, I go back, and as I go back, so that was November, December, January, February, I fall sick. I am drenching my bed. Because I'm sweating, night sweats. I'm cold. I'm hot. I don't know what's happening. Things went really quickly. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's going on. And then, yeah, I blamed myself. I get out the hospital. Everything is good. I go for my follow-up, for my checkup. And this doctor says to me, you have AIDS and only 4 T cells. I didn't know what a T cell was. I didn't know what AIDS meant. I knew it meant something bad because it was all over the TV, all over the news. I knew people in my community that was, leaving us left and right. Just imagine you blaming yourself for everything that happened. Because you have to be responsible for the gift that keeps on giving that you didn't give to yourself. Because you love someone, because you were with them and you trusted them with your life. So to that person, and they're on here this morning, to that person who thought that I was challenging them and I didn't want to help them, I had to let them know it's you that was first on my call sheet. It was you that was first in this mental capacity. It was you that was first with the emotions. It was you that was first in this spiritual moment that I needed to help you get to where you needed to be because I was in your shoes. I know exactly how you feel. Now, let me rephrase that because somebody gonna try to break it down. I may not know exactly what you feel because we had different transmission ways of becoming HIV positive or living with HIV, right? We had different ways, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual, right? That's there, that you think that it's all about them, that you are the culprit, you are the one. I've been through that. I know what that feels like. So when I'm doing my advocacy work, it's about you. Now, I'm not telling you, don't tell me the story. I'm not telling you that it's not valid. I'm saying it's about you. So my job, right? My spiritual job, my mental job, my emotional job, and even my physical job is to make sure that you're good by me representing who I am in this moment and bringing in my lived experience. But also, I know how to back off when it's not going the way that it should go or the way that I feel that it should go. I know how to back off when I see that you are not putting yourself first. You're still putting this villain, this culprit first. So I pull back like I did with the young man. And I told him words matter. So you're not going to put that on me. We were not arguing. We were not fighting. We were having healthy banter. So look, y'all, when I say that I'm the H in HIV, I don't need nobody to tell me where I'm going and what I'm doing. I don't need no help to starve to death. You feel what I'm saying? I can do bad by myself. So I already know what it is. So I'm going to call out the bad. I'm going to call out the good. But let me tell you something. In all of this that you do, right? And all of this advocacy work that you do, if you don't put yourself first, you will lose every time. Because putting yourself first means that you are going to advocate and you're going to do what you need to do for them because you know what it's like. You know where it comes from. So that's how I do my advocacy work. So I tell anybody, y'all send them to me. Y'all tell them who I am. Tell them who I am. Tell them how I'm going to come at them off the cuff. I'm not coming at them wrong or mean or nasty, but I will ask that they put themselves first. I will ask that they be present in their own treatment. I will ask for them to be the H in HIV, to be human. I will ask for them to be human. And that's you acknowledging what has happened. And that's you acknowledging that you got a journey now. That's you acknowledging your life has changed. And that's you acknowledging that sometimes the person laying right next to you does not have your best interests at heart. What? If am I lying? Y'all tell me if I'm lying, because what I don't understand is, why does the victim always get blamed? Y'all, they were telling me, but I didn't do nothing. So let me say this because I'm about to get out of here. I got a couple of minutes. Let me say this. Didn't nobody ask me to blame myself. I blamed myself. Because the way society and the culture is, I blame myself. How could this happen to me? I'm 6'1", 200 plus pounds. How could somebody do this to me? How could they do it? But y'all, there was no room for me not to be the villain in my own story of victimhood. There was no room for me to tell you, well, this is what, well, you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have got in that car. You shouldn't have went to that door. You shouldn't have did this. Oh, you were just out there just doing whatever have you. So I let them believe that's what it was. That I was out there being hot and doing what I was doing. But everybody does it. It just so happens that I contracted HIV. From somebody who knew their status and didn't give me the opportunity to say yes or no to that. Okay, I know that's all. That's all. Look, y'all. They said, Ty, what you doing? I'm just saying. Hey, Jonah over on Podbean. Good morning. Hey, Catherine. Good morning. Hey, Zaya. Good morning to you. Good morning. All right, y'all. Look, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But this morning, I'm talking about I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. Y'all, I had to understand that I am human in this journey, on this journey, in this world. And a lot of times it's not going to make sense to you how I'm human in this aspect. But it doesn't need to make sense to you. It needs to make sense to me. I have to acknowledge where I'm at. And so with that, I want to leave you all with something, right? There's a constant in this world, and it's love. But we need more of self-love. So I want to tell you this morning, I want you to put your name where my name is in this. And I want you to say, Titan, your name where my name is. I want you to say, Titan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Put your name where my name is, right? I love you right where you're at in this moment. You will have other moments, but you will not have this moment again. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Look into your laptop, look into your phone, look to your mirror, look to the sky, look to the seas, And I want you to say to yourself, I love you right where you're at in this moment. So I want to tell you all, I love y'all right where you're at in this moment, flaws and all, right? I don't believe you have flaws. I just believe that you're unique, but I love you right where you're at in this moment. If you're up high, I love you right where you're at in this moment. If you're down in the ditch and covered in mud, I love you right where you're at in this moment. And ain't nothing you can do about it. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to return it with a receipt. I love you right where you're at in this moment. I love you right where you're at in this moment. I'm just saying. Let that soak in just for a second. We're finna get out of here. All right, we're going to go down at Tamara. I love you right where you're at in this moment. TJ, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lil, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Joe, I love you right where you're at in this moment. C-Dub, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jalen, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Chatty Osborne, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Angela, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jonah, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lynn, I love you right where you're at in this moment. The King HNIC, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Debbie, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Katina, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Rye, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Excuse me. Morris, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Zaya, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Catherine Bro, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Dr. Donta, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Jesse, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Nothing but sugar, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Miss Meeks, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Danielle, I love you. Hey, cousin, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Brent, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Who else did I have? Wait a minute. Who else did I have? Wait. Justin, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Morris, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Nova, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Angela, I love you right where you're at in this moment. I said Lynn, I think, but I'm going to say it again. Lynn, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Drew, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Autism, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Capricorn, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Smelly Melly, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Let's see. Amethyst, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Harlan, I love you right where you're at in this moment. D Medic, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Erica, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Raymond, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Kev, I love you right where you're at in this moment. He, she, they, we, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Queen, I love you right where you're at in this moment. David, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Martha, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Cassandra, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Lavella, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tamara, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Denim and Diamonds, I love you right where you're at in this moment. The Bridge, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Miss April, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Marcy, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Daryl, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Tina, I love you right where you're at in this moment. And J-Dub, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Ooh, let me tell y'all. Ooh, that was a lot of love, but baby, I love y'all. I love y'all for tuning in. Chatty Osborne said, can you say happy birthday to my son-in-law, Rod, please? Happy birthday, Rod. All the way from Chatty, all the way from Titan in the Morning. Peace and blessings to you. We love you right where you're at in this moment on your day. Have a good day. Save me some cake. You know I love some cake. Save me some cake. But happy birthday to you. Look, y'all, it takes a village. It takes a tribe. It takes everyone to be in. And a lot of times we don't take time out. Everybody is not going to be the way that we want them to be or do the things that we feel that they should do. I believe that me being the H in HIV, I'm human. I believe that's part of my purpose and that's part of my journey, right? And so I ask that you take some time out and love someone for who they are in this moment, not who they're going to be, not who they was. Now, pay attention. because history will repeat itself if given the opportunity. But love them right where they're at in this moment. Sometimes we do not understand what someone is going through, where they are, and what has happened to them because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on, right? So I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be good. Y'all be gravy. Y'all do all the things. And y'all come see me every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all come see me. Y'all come love. Look, do me a favor. TikTok, y'all tippity tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that y'all are in. I got some roses as gifts over there. Y'all can send me a couple of roses. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, Podbean, X, all of the places. Y'all show me some thumbs up, show me some hearts, show me some love. Do me a favor. Like, follow, share. Tell a friend. Tell a friend to come on and come be with me. Okay? I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be good. Remember, right? Remember that 9 times out of 10, right? That 9 times out of 10, you're given a diagnosis or a reactive, your life has changed in ways that you could not even imagine. Just remember that. I'm the H in HIV. I'm human. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be good. Y'all be great. And I'll see y'all soon. Look, I will see y'all soon. Yeah, I'm going to play this here going out. I think this is, yeah.
And I'm so excited to hear what he's going to present to us. And I know y'all are excited too, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Titan Capri. I'm with the Titan Capri Experience, also working with Kevin with True Project. And I just want to take a moment, if y'all would, with me, and let's kind of clear the air, let's clear the space, let's open it up. So I would like for us to take a breath, if we would, because I believe that breath is life and life is breath, right? In order for you to live, you got to breathe. And so with that, I want to take a breath. But before we take the breath, I want you to take a moment and think about that thing. Think about whatever it is that's happening with you right now. Think about something that has not been accomplished. Think about something you want to accomplish. And think about that thing. And when you take that breath, take that in and acknowledge whatever it is. If it's pain, if it's agony, if it's concern, if it's great, if it's I just won the lottery, whatever it may be, I want you to take it in and I want you to hold it. And then when you blow it out, I want you to blow it out and acknowledge that you are in control. Let the universe know that you are in control of whatever that thing is. If it's a good thing, you're in control. If it's a bad thing, then you're in control of it, right? But you have to acknowledge it. And how I like to acknowledge it is with breath. We breathe it in, and then we blow it out. And then we blow it out to the first week of the universe, to the deepest part of the ocean, so it can't come back around to us real quick, right? Y'all with me? We good with that? So on the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to blow it out. It's going to be a 5 pace. And some people know my 5 pace. It's not a regular 5 pace. So if you don't get to 5, you're all right. 2, you good. You right? Just take the breath in. The whole point of it is to acknowledge that breath. Acknowledge that you're living, right? That you're living. All right? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blow it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My piece today is we thrive. I've been lying to myself that I could tangle with death, that life is day in and day out, that my spirit has been in drought, living for the next sunset and sunrise, so all I can do is hide my cries. This life was not only meant for you to live, it was meant for you to thrive. No more hiding. No more fighting, no more crying, and no more lying. I found out recently that my life meant more to me than the strife that I have been facing and pacing the floor, placing the blame, holding my head low because I was ashamed. As I look in the mirror, the question becomes clearer. Titan, are you going to live or are you going to thrive? No more hiding, no more fighting, no more crying, and no more lying. God gave me this gift. Spirits I'm able to lift.
dreams I'm able to achieve, souls I can set at ease. Because finally, I can now see me as God sees me, as the universe uses me. Why? Because I'm alive and we thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Come on, sing it. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Louder. We. That's it. Thrive. Yes, now. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. We thrive. Today I want to tell you, keep going, come on. That's it. Today I want to say thank you for doing one thing today. Y'all showed up. Y'all came in today and showed up. So therefore y'all showed out. What are y'all doing today? Y'all thrive. Right? Y'all hear that? It sounds sweet. Yes. You didn't know it today, but you're thriving. You might not know it tomorrow. Yes, you will. Because you know today that you're thriving. Right? So keep singing it. All right? That's it. Let that resonate with you. Right? We are here, long-term survivors. I like to say thriving. Right? We are thriving. It ain't nothing about living. We are thriving. We're living from day to day, right? But we're thriving. Take that moment and hear that. Loud. Come on. Yes. All right, y'all. We